Hi, my name is Brandon Wood, and for the assignment 2, Pick a Person, I'm picking Konrad Zuse. Born in 1910 in Germany, he was actually raised in Prussia. He later took courses in civil engineering in 1927, and is recorded to be one of the many reasons why he was interested in devising a calculating machine in 1934. He later in life did graduate from and joined an aircraft company where he actually tested the stresses of vibrations on wings and aircrafts, and where he was tired of the machines that he was using, he moved into his parents' place, who eventually funded him to design and create the Z1, which is considered to be the first modern computer. I personally picked Konrad Zuse because I felt like I had some form of a tie with his past. He he got tired of what he was using and wanted to invent and improve upon it. And in a personal stance, I encounter that every day, whether it be from work, trying to do my school assignments, or just daily tasks. So I really want to pick Konrad Zuse because I felt some tie with his personality, maybe not to his scale because of the contributions that he created. Now, speaking of the contributions, which is the second point, he created the Z1, which was considered the first modern computer. The reason why that is it actually used the binary system. The problem with the Z1 is that not everything was working properly. The memory capacity and capability was great, which he carried on to the Z2, which he later started to work on. However, while he was working on the Z2, he got drafted into World War II Nazi Army. Now, being drafted into the Army was not a bad thing because he actually eventually convinced him so that he could go back and continue working on the Z2. Eventually, the Third Reich's Aerodynamic Research Institute funded him, and he created the Z2 and finished it. The next was the Z3, which he did create, but there was a bit of a problem. They moved it to Munich, and it ended up getting bombed, so it didn't exist anymore. He did continue later to create the Z4 all the way up to the Z22 in 1958. The best part about the Z22 is it actually contained transistors in it, in the design, which allowed technology to go much further than what it was at the time. The one more key thing that I also want to mention about his biggest contributions was he did not just stop at hardware. He did move over to software as well. He created, if I'm pronouncing it right, the plan called COOL in 1945, which was the very first algorithmic programming language. The big key thing about this one is still to this day we use algorithmic languages. Now, the plan called COOL was not really used at all. There's another one coming out very shortly afterwards that everyone then went to. But for the very first one, it was a huge breakthrough, which allowed technology that we still use today such to be able to still use. So ultimately, he's created multiple things. He's created the Z1 binary system all the way up to transistors in the Z22, and then he also created the plan called COOL, which allowed us to use algorithmic languages. So he had a huge significance in our technological world today. In my research, I did not find any information about anyone who directly inspired Zuse or anyone that he inspired thereafter. I do believe that through the company that he created, that there are people that he worked with that he did inspire, and this may have led to why his technology hit such a boom and people were constantly creating and designing therefore after all of his things with the binary, transistors, and algorithmic programming.